The Acolyte continues to plummet and be the very bottom of the barrel worst Star Wars that we've ever gotten. Rotten Tomatoes this morning says that the audience score is now 17%.
17.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Echo Base Network. Thank you so much for being here. We are going through all of this latest news with the Acolyte. Star Wars has doubled down on the whole witchcraft thing. 17% over at Rotten Tomatoes. What are the shills saying? They're not talking very much anymore. They're being very, very quiet. They actually just released the Power of Two theme song. Yeah. And Dave Filoni strategically tries to put out some fires yesterday. Not gonna happen. So here is the score, and honestly, guys, gotta tell you, for the fans, for the fandom, this is a win. The fact that this thing is at 17% now, and it's legit. The shills started with, oh, these guys are just hate reviewing, they're review bombing this, it's so much better. Look at the critical score. Well, even the critical score is dropping. It was at 93%. After the 2 episodes, when they premiered, this thing was rated as high as the original Star Wars movie. Well, not anymore. It continues to go down, and 17%, honestly, is very realistic. This last episode is not only some of the worst Star Wars that we've ever seen, it is some of the worst television that we've ever seen. Why has Kathleen Kennedy allowed Leslye Headland to create this terrible series and basically drive the nail in the coffin? This thing is over. They should go ahead and release the rest of this series instead of being punished for the next 5 weeks, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Fewer and fewer people are going to watch this. So many people are checking out. So many people on social media saying they just canceled Disney Plus, and it's laughably bad. One interesting thing that we've seen from our friend, the Daily Bugle over on Twitter, he says each single episode of The Acolyte cost double or little over double the entire budget of Godzilla Minus One. Let me put that into perspective for you. Godzilla Minus One, they literally could have made 20 Godzilla Minus One films with what they spent on The Acolyte's 8-episode season. Ridiculous. You cannot even compare the two. Look at the ratings for Godzilla Minus One right here. 98% critic score, 98% audience score. Superior to anything Disney Star Wars has done in any way. There are so many funny takes on social media about The Acolyte, and I love how it's been trending. And basically, it's just a crap show. I'm going to use the word crap instead of what other people are saying for this video. For the kids. For the kids. Speaking of crap, our friend Norm Cruise X says audiences are calling it everything from SHIT to effing SHIT. Hashtag The Acolyte. And he screenshots the 17% audience score. Love it. Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm and Disney, Bob Iger, they're getting exactly what they deserve by taking something so popular that fans love, a beloved franchise, and destroying it with their agenda, with their woke politics, and everything else that they've got going on. They don't understand Star Wars at all. George Lucas was right 2 weeks ago when he said, nobody understands the Force except for me. And he said that was just for an example. He used the Force as an example when he said that. People don't understand Star Wars except for him, and it's obvious at this point. But the Walt Disney Company is going to double down on what they're doing. StarWars.com released the article yesterday. The Acolyte, Jodie Turner-Smith's mother, Anastasia, is mothering. Learn more about the witch coven at the center of the latest episode of the new Disney Plus series. Do you remember like 20 years ago when you could go to StarWars.com and they would have like little computer screens pop up and it would be like a character, and then underneath that character there would be like a bio of that character and like different screenshots of that character, where they've appeared, who created them, just random facts about characters that George Lucas created. StarWars.com was actually a really cool site. And if you reloaded the page or refreshed the page, it would be another character the next time around. And they had a database. You could go through and learn about the lore and research and see things. You can't do that anymore. Now you go to StarWars.com to learn about witches. And I mean that very specifically. The HTML link for this is StarWars.com/news/The Acolyte Witches. That's what the show's about. The show is literally about a lesbian coven of witches who went through a genocidal experience, and now there are 2 survivors. Did they honestly think people are going to like this and want to watch this? Are you serious? But Dave Filoni and Star Wars is trying to put out fires. This interview was released yesterday. Here's the thing about it. If you listen to what they say, they're always so good at saying the right things, but you don't see it on screen. It doesn't match or add up on screen. Kathleen Kennedy is great at that. She says all the right things when she wants to. Sometimes she doesn't say the right things at all, but she says all the right things when she wants to, and then what we get on screen never matches. You know, when she looked at George Lucas in the face and said, we're going to hold true to your characters and respect your vision and all that and all this, she hadn't done that at all. Listen to Rosario Dawson saying the right thing here, and I like Rosario Dawson, to be honest. I was hopeful that Ahsoka would be a really good show. It turned out not to be a good show. I blame Dave Filoni for that, not Rosario Dawson. And I love Hayden Christensen. It's funny that they're pulling these guys to kind of put out the fire right now that is Star Wars. Check this out. Listen to what they say.
I would say what I loved was always remembering to ground it in what he had said he learned from George was that, this is for kids, you know what I mean? And we're supposed to have fun. And to kind of keep it in sort of that space. And
look at Filoni's face right there. This is for kids. This is supposed to be fun. Look what you have made with Leslye Headland and the Acolyte. If you tell me that the Acolyte is for kids, then you seriously need some counseling. You really do, respectfully.
Heavy and intense as some of the scenes and dynamics and worlds, it was always to make sure that it also could be very understandable to a child.
Oh, love that point, Rosario. Thank you for saying that. It needs to be very understandable for a child. It is not. I would say that the Ahsoka series wasn't very understandable for a child either. That's not a knock on Rosario Dawson at all. It's the writing of Dave Filoni. At one time, I'm guilty. I am totally guilty. I'm going to be honest with you guys here. I had hope that Dave Filoni would be able to continue the legacy, that he would be able to help fix Star Wars, get it back on track, all that. I had great faith in Favreau and Filoni after Mandalorian Season 2, and I got to tell you right now, my faith and hope in Dave Filoni is at 0. As a matter of fact, nothing would make me happier than to see Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni hit the exit with the entire writing team at Lucasfilm, and let's just hit the reset button and start over.
And be something that a family could enjoy and appreciate together. And I loved that levity.
How about that? Rosario gets it. And be something that a family could watch together and enjoy. That's one reason why The Acolyte is at 17% right now. That's one reason why. A big reason. But hey, everything's okay in Star Wars land, because today you could go listen to the actual literal theme song for The Acolyte. The Power of Two. Before I even click play, you just got to know this is for kids, right? Yep, more witchcraft. And just look, this isn't about the song per se. Look at the thumbs up and the thumbs down, the likes and the dislikes. 573 likes, 967 dislikes, and here's why. Because the show is awful. This song, performed by whoever this person is, Victoria Monet or whatever, awesome, whatever. I don't care. But this song, I didn't listen to it all the way through. I listened to a little bit of it. It's better than the episodes of The Acolyte. I don't like it. I would never listen to it again. I listened because I wanted kind of to see what the lyrics were about with the song and see like how how deep are they going to go into witchcraft on this song? It really wasn't about that. It was more like about a longing for another person. You know, you complete me, you make me good, I need you back, that kind of thing. I guess it's a play on the whole sisters thing. Not that we even care, because the episode or the show is just total trash. But the point is, the song is better than the show by miles. Star Wars, what have you done? What have you done? We had 1,500 people at our live stream last night just because we all need a place to go to be able to talk about this mess, because it is absolute trash. There's a lot of Star Wars fans that would actually like to watch a Star Wars project and get behind it and like it. But Disney continues to create things that we cannot support because it's just awful. It's just awful. Why waste your time watching something that's just terrible like this when there's so much out there, like this Sunday night, House of the Dragon Season 2? It's going to blow the Acolyte away in every way possible. Star Wars has demonstrated the ability to not create good Star Wars. This is just where we are. So we'll see what happens down the road. If it doesn't improve, one day there will be no more Star Wars. It'll be what it is. They're going to have to sell it, or it'll be a dormant franchise. They'll have their park at Galaxy's Edge, and that'll be all. You know, just think about it, guys. Less than a year ago, they had to close down their hotel, their Star Wars hotel at Disney. You know, the day's coming where there's not going to be any more live-action Star Wars on the streaming platforms or in the cinema. They won't be able to do this because they're going to continue to lose so much money. And you know what? If they're not going to make better Star Wars than that, that's what needs to happen. Thank you guys for being here. Let me know in the comments what you think. You are Echo Base Network. May the Force be with you. See you on the next one.